Okay, so have you ever had like that feeling, when like somewhere, a place that's really familiar, like really comfortable, suddenly feels wrong?
Oh, yeah.
Like something's off.
Totally.
Yeah, like a switch is flipped or something, and the comfort is just gone, and there's just like this prickle of unease, right?
Yeah.
Like, that feeling.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's kind of the unsettling feeling that we're going to be diving headfirst into today.
Okay.
You guys shared a Hindi YouTube video with us.
Right.
From the channel Khooni Monday. And the title is Girls' School Hostel Horror Stories in Hindi True Story.
Oh.
So that pretty much tells you where we're going with this.
Yeah.
And this deep dive is not about jump scares or anything.
Yeah, no.
It's about unraveling a claimed firsthand experience with something potentially paranormal in a girls' boarding school.
Interesting.
So,
Yeah.
pretty creepy stuff.
Yeah.
So what I think is really compelling about this is just how the story kind of sets up this sense of normalcy before it goes into the truly bizarre.
Yeah, totally.
So our aim here isn't to like declare anything definitively supernatural or anything.
Of course not.
But to really understand the sequence of events as it's presented to us.
Yes.
And then kind of explore what makes this particular narrative so resonant.
I think that's a great approach.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm excited.
Hear more about it.
Yeah, so think of us as your guides through this account.
Right.
At the center of this story, we have these two classmates.
Okay.
Namisha and Manisha.
Got it.
Attending a boarding school known for its strong academics. And their daily routine was very defined.
Okay.
Namisha was the one burning the midnight oil.
Oh, so she was the night owl.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Studying very late.
Got it.
While Manisha was the early bird.
So the opposite.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
Typically awake by around 7 a.m.
Okay, cool.
So this really predictable rhythm
sets a very stark contrast to the night that everything changed.
Right. Right. It does.
I'm curious
to hear what happened.
Before we delve into that pivotal night.
Okay.
The narrative kind of gives us...
Sets it up.
Yes, sets it up.
Okay.
Gives us some crucial context.
Okay.
About the hostel itself.
Got it.
About 5 years prior to Namisha and Manisha's experience, a 9th grade student tragically died on the 5th floor under circumstances that were never fully explained.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's tragic.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
The video mentions that the official cause of death was never really settled, even though there were some initial suspicions, something more sinister.
Interesting.
Yeah, but no concrete evidence ever surfaced.
So it's a real mystery?
Yeah, it's a total mystery.
Okay.
And the case sadly went cold.
Right.
But,
Whack.
as often happens,
Of course.
a story began to circulate.
Like a rumor.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
The rumor that took hold was that the 5th floor was now haunted.
Oh, wow.
By the spirit of this young girl.
So they think her spirit's still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And because of that, the school authorities made the pretty unusual decision to just close off the entire floor.
Wow.
Restricting access to it.
Right.
Only opening it once a week for cleaning.
So just the cleaning crew can go up there?
Yeah, just the cleaning crew.
Okay.
And this immediately creates this really palpable sense of foreboding.
Yeah, it does. Like this
fun.
space within an otherwise safe and familiar environment becomes almost forbidden.
Yeah.
Charged with this tragic history.
Exactly.
It's kind of creepy.
Like this invisible boundary that no one dares to cross.
Right.
Except for that designated cleaning crew.
Wow. Wait.
Okay, so let's fast forward 5 years to December 10th.
Got it.
This is the night when Namisha's routine and her reality take a sharp turn.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's around 12:30 a.m.
So really late.
Really late.
Okay.
And as was typical for her.
She's in their shared room studying.
Okay.
Manisha, her roommate, appears to be sound asleep in her bed.
Okay. So a pretty typical night, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's super typical.
In a boarding school, the quiet hum of sleep.
Right.
Maybe some people up late.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Namisha decides to get coffee.
Yeah.
Heads out to the hall.
Right.
She notes the profound silence.
Okay.
The only sound being the whir of the coffee machine.
It's so mundane.
It is.
In a setting that now, carries this undercurrent of the unexplained.
Totally.
Okay.
And it's just after she turns off the coffee machine, the silence is even more noticeable at this point.
Yeah.
That she's met with just like a shock.
Oh boy.
The video describes Manisha standing right there behind her.
So she just appeared?
Yeah, like right there.
Okay.
Now the hallway is dimly lit. So Nimesha's vision is kind of limited.
Okay.
But almost immediately she realizes that something is not right
Okay.
with Manisha's appearance.
Like something's different about her.
Yeah, like she isn't wearing her glasses,
Oh, okay.
which she usually needs.
Right.
And the black thread that her mother had given her,
Okay.
which she always wore on her wrist, is missing.
Oh, that's weird.
Right.
That's strange.
So these are small details,
Right.
but they're incredibly significant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's those little things.
Yeah, for Nimetisha,
Yeah.
these deviations
Right.
from Manisha's usual presentation would have immediately set off alarm bells,
Yeah.
you know?
Like a subtle but clear signal
Yeah,
that something was amiss.
Yeah.
Like out of place.
exactly.
Yeah.
It creates this like initial ripple of unease,
Right.
both for Nimisha in the moment
Yeah.
and for you as you're listening to this unfold.
Oh, yeah, I can feel it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Manisha says something completely unexpected.
Oh no.
Something that breaks the normalcy entirely.
Okay.
She asks Nimisha, why don't we both go to the 5th floor balcony? Oh my gosh.
Right. So for Nimisha, I'm sure for you too,
Oh yeah.
this request would have been completely out of left field.
Totally unexpected.
Right.
Especially given the rumors surrounding that floor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Surprising, unsettling.
So creepy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And before Nimisha even has a chance to respond
Okay.
or question this sudden suggestion, Manisha takes her hand and starts leading her up the stairs.
Wow. Okay.
So there's this sense of compulsion
Yeah.
in Manisha's action.
Like she has to go.
Yeah, like she's being led.
Okay.
So as they're walking up to the 5th floor,
Yeah.
Nimisha notices another unsettling detail.
Oh no. What is it?
She can only hear the sound of her own slippers against the stairs.
Oh, okay.
Manisha, who isn't wearing any footwear, is making absolutely no sound.
That's creepy.
Right.
Like in a quiet environment, like a sleeping hostel,
Right.
this absence of sound where
Yeah.
you'd expect it
Yeah.
would amplify the feeling that something is wrong.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay.
So they reach the 5th floor,
Okay.
and here's another key detail.
Okay.
The door is open.
It's unlocked.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is particularly significant because, as we've established,
Yeah.
this floor was supposed to be locked,
Right.
only accessible for that weekly cleaning.
Yeah. So how is it open?
Right.
Okay.
So they step inside,
Okay.
and after a brief look around, they find themselves in a room.
Okay.
It's only later, after the full weight of the night's events has settled,
Right.
that they realize this is the very room
Oh my gosh.
where the 9th grade girl had died.
Wow.
The atmosphere is immediately described as cold.
Okay.
And looking out the windows, they see this really thick, unsettling fog
Wow.
clinging to the night.
Yeah.
And then Nimisha notices something truly chilling etched into the wall.
Oh no.
In large, scratched letters are the words 10th December,
No way.
the very date
The date.
of that night.
Oh my gosh. The night of their unsettling visit.
That's so creepy. It's like a direct, tangible link
Yeah.
between the present moment and the past tragedy.
Exactly.
It's like a visual marker
Yeah.
reinforcing this haunted atmosphere,
Totally.
suggesting some kind of presence or echo of the past. I mean,
Yeah.
what would have gone through your mind
I know.
knowing the history of this place?
Yeah, it would be terrifying.
Okay, so,
So from there, they step out onto the balcony.
okay.
Manisha remains completely silent and unnervingly still
Okay.
for like a really long time.
So she's just frozen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Nimisha's getting increasingly cold. And she asks Manisha if they can please go back downstairs.
Yeah.
But Manisha offers no response.
She doesn't say anything.
Nothing.
Okay.
She just remains fixed and silent.
Wow.
So Nimisha tries again.
Okay.
And it's only then that Manisha finally turns to face her.
Oh boy.
And what Nimisha sees in that moment is utterly terrifying.
What does she see? The video recounts that Manisha's eyes
Yeah.
appeared completely white,
Oh my god.
devoid of pupils.
Oh, that's so creepy.
And then in a slow, deepening voice,
Okay.
she repeats just one word over and over.
What is it?
Jump.
Oh my god, no.
I know.
That's terrifying.
So the simplicity
Right.
and the horrifying implication
Yeah.
of that single word,
Yeah.
coupled with her altered appearance,
Right.
would have been absolutely paralyzing for Nimisha.
Oh, totally.
Just picture that for a moment.
Try not to.
I know.
No.
That's so scary.
Your friend standing in front of you on a 5th floor balcony, her eyes completely white,
Right.
repeatedly telling you to jump.
Oh my God.
So Nemisha understandably describes being paralyzed with terror.
Yeah.
She even felt like she was being hypnotized,
Oh, wow.
gripped by this horrifying conviction that if she didn't jump, Manisha would physically push her.
Oh, my God.
So she recounts starting to lose control.
Okay.
Her hair even coming loose in the struggle.
Against this terrifying influence.
So she's really losing it.
Yeah, she's losing it.
Oh my gosh, that's scary.
It's a very visceral image.
It is.
You know, it really brings the intensity of the moment to life for us.
Oh, yeah.
So just as Nemisha felt like she was about to succumb to this horrifying command, this sudden loud noise from the floor directly below
Okay.
startles her back to full awareness.
Oh, wow.
It's as if that sound shattered the hypnotic hold.
Okay.
Somehow she finds the strength to push Manisha away
Wow.
and flees,
Good for her.
running back down the stairs as fast as she can.
Yeah.
As she's running, she hears this terrifying roar
Oh my God.
erupting from behind her.
No.
She doesn't dare to look back.
I wouldn't either.
Her only instinct is to escape.
Right.
So the roar adds another layer of dread,
Yeah.
suggesting that whatever force was at play wasn't just a manipulative suggestion.
But something far more malevolent,
Right.
actively pursuing her.
Yeah,
So that's terrifying.
it really is.
Okay.
She bursts back into their room,
Okay.
slams the door shut,
Boy.
and then she sees it.
Yeah.
The unbelievable.
Okay.
Manisha is asleep in her bed,
What?
in the exact same position Nemisha had left her in earlier.
No way. How is that possible?
I know.
I'm
Imagine the sheer disorientation
Right.
and terror of that moment.
It's like the impossible contradiction.
Totally.
How could Manisha have been with Nemisha on the 5th floor,
Right.
behaving in such a terrifying way,
Yeah,
and simultaneously be asleep in their room?
I know.
This is the element that pushes this story firmly into the realm of the unexplained.
Totally.
Wow.
So the immediate aftermath for Nemisha
Okay.
is understandably intense.
Yeah.
She's described as being ashen-faced with these red, wide eyes.
Okay.
When Manisha wakes up and sees her distraught state,
Yeah.
she's naturally worried,
Of course.
gives Nemisha a hug,
Right.
but Nemisha is so profoundly shaken by what she experienced that she can't even begin to articulate what happened on the 5th floor.
I can imagine the
Yeah.
sheer trauma of such an inexplicable and terrifying experience.
Totally.
It would likely render anyone speechless.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in the days that follow,
Okay.
we see a really significant shift in their dynamic.
How so?
So Nemisha, the one who typically studied late into the night,
Right.
starts sleeping at night
Okay.
and begins to actively avoid Manisha,
Oh, wow.
perhaps out of fear or confusion.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Nemisha starts to experience her own unease.
Oh, wow. So now she's getting freaked out.
I know. She develops this really unsettling sensation of being watched
Okay.
while she's trying to study. And when she looks up, she often finds Nemisha staring at her.
Oh my God.
Right.
That's so creepy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this creates this palpable tension
Right.
and a growing distance between the two friends.
Yeah. It's a fascinating and unsettling reversal.
It is.
The person who underwent the terrifying ordeal
Right?
is now exhibiting behavior that's causing unease in the other.
Yeah.
It speaks to the lingering psychological impact of the event,
Totally.
even on the one who seemingly wasn't consciously present
Right.
for the worst of it.
Yeah. So eventually the tension becomes too much for Manisha to bear.
Right?
She presses Nemisha to finally tell her what happened that night on the 5th floor.
She's like, you gotta tell me what's going on.
Exactly.
Okay.
And Nemisha, perhaps finding some measure of safety
Right.
in finally sharing her experience,
Okay.
recounts the entire terrifying encounter.
Oh, wow.
So Manisha's reaction is absolutely pivotal here.
Okay.
She doesn't dismiss Nemisha's story as a nightmare or a hallucination.
No.
In fact, she immediately believes her.
Oh, wow.
The reason for this immediate acceptance?
Okay.
The chilling and undeniable coincidence of the date.
What do you mean?
Manisha suddenly remembers that the 9th grade girl had died 5 years prior on that exact same date, December 10th.
Oh my God.
imagine.
So it's the anniversary of her death.
It is.
Okay.
So that single detail acts as this horrifying linchpin,
Right.
connecting everything together. It's
Yeah.
like this invisible tragic thread,
Right.
linking the past tragedy, the rumors of the haunting,
Yeah.
and Nemisha's terrifying experience.
Oh, wow.
So for Manisha, that date
Yeah.
would have instantly validated Nemisha's unbelievable account.
Totally.
It's that shared recognition of the date's significance
Right.
that likely solidify the reality of the bizarre events.
Yeah.
For both of them,
Of course.
it suggests a potential connection to the rumored haunting.
Yeah.
A feeling that what Nemisha experienced wasn't random,
Right.
but tied to the history of that place.
It all comes together.
It does.
Wow, okay.
And their shared decision after this really profound and unsettling revelation
Yeah.
is to stop talking about the fifth floor.
Just not talk about it.
Yeah, to bury the memory of that night.
Right.
They acknowledge the terror of what happened between them, but they consciously choose to suppress it,
Okay.
to try and move forward.
To get on with their lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although the video narrator implies that the memory of that terrifying December 10th
Right.
never truly faded.
It probably stayed with them forever.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So to bring this deep dive to a close,
Okay.
let's just recap what we've explored
Okay.
based on the account that you shared with us.
Yeah.
So we delved into the backstory of this tragic and unexplained death
Right.
in a girls' school hostel,
Yes.
the subsequent rumors of a haunting
Right.
that led to the unusual closure of the fifth floor,
Of course.
and then the truly disturbing encounter Nemisha had with a seemingly possessed Manisha on that very floor
Yeah.
on the anniversary of that death.
It's a lot to unpack.
It is.
Yeah.
And as we stated at the outset, our mission here wasn't to confirm or deny any supernatural elements, but
Right.
to meticulously examine the narrative itself.
Yeah.
To understand the sequence of events, the key details,
Right.
and the overall atmosphere of unease
Yeah.
that permeates the story.
It's definitely unsettling.
Yeah.
Okay.
All based directly on the information presented in the YouTube video.
So it's all from the source material.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that brings us back to you guys.
Okay.
After taking this deep dive
Right.
into this unsettling account, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What does this narrative, in your opinion, suggest about the power of place? The way fear can take hold
Yeah.
and spread,
Right.
and the lasting impact of shared experiences, even when those experiences are as profoundly terrifying and inexplicable as this one.
Totally. It really makes you think.
It does.
Yeah.
Could there be a rational explanation
Okay.
for what Nemisha encountered on that closed-off fifth floor, perhaps like a vivid and shared dream?
Right.
Or a prank that went horribly wrong,
That's possible.
or some kind of psychological phenomenon
Yeah.
triggered by the environment and the rumors?
That could be it.
Or does this story point towards something else entirely?
Okay.
Something that lies beyond our current scientific understanding?
Right.
We encourage you guys to really consider the different possibilities
Yeah.
that are woven into this chilling tale.
It's definitely creepy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thanks for sending this in.
Yeah, this was a good one.
I know it was a really good one.
Okay, well, until next time.